counterclockwise, and that's bringing a cold front right along here, and you see right here on Mecca, you see the thunderstorm that pops up at that time. And I really want to go in and dive in, and we can kind of go through this. Let me erase here, and we're going to advance this graphic. And what I want to show you is just through time, as we have 40 degrees is the outside air temperature before this thunderstorm really starts to strike. You can see the thunderstorm was nearby. This is around 4 to 5 o'clock p.m. local time. We heard it was just after 5 p.m. local time when this thunderstorm hit. At this time, we advance an hour, and the thunderstorm is right on top of Mecca. The temperature has dropped to 36 degrees, and the wind's now at 22 kilometers per hour. But that doesn't include the thunderstorm wind gusts. We would expect thunderstorm wind gusts in a thunderstorm like this, with cloud tops that are that orange and red. When meteorologists look and we see those colors, we know that the cloud tops are really cold, and that makes winds blow very fast. So I wouldn't be surprised if there were gusts of wind in this thunderstorm well over 75, 80 kilometers per hour. And then you see the temperature drop all the way down to 12 degrees, or excuse me, 25 degrees. And that's very cool for the region. Their average low is way higher than that. When you have that cold air right next to that hot air, you can really get gusty winds. I want to go here to, we don't have radar in this region, Jonathan. So what we do is we look at the satellites, and we have satellite-derived radar. And you see these reds and you see these oranges, and that is very intense updrafts. And what you get when you have very intense updrafts are very intense downdrafts. And I want to show you a little bit in 3D what those intense downdrafts can look like. We have cold air. The cold air is inside the cloud that's cooled by the rain. And when you actually drop that down, it'd be like me taking a glass of water and pouring it on the ground. It gets to the bottom, it has nowhere to go, and it spreads out. And that's called a microburst. You can have winds in these microbursts, again, in excess of 75, 80 kilometers per hour. And that's likely what we had going. You can tell in the videos that we were showing the intense rain, people were having trouble standing up, and the wind's blowing that strong. And when you have these strong thunderstorms that happen in this dry, dusty environment, you can certainly have these microbursts spread out extremely fast. And they'll also pick up sand. That's why you heard people saying there was sand blowing around at the time of the storm. When you have those loose impediments of sand, those will get picked up by this rain and spread out by the wind. Jonathan?
Senior meteorologist Brandon Miller. The Grand Mosque is part of one of the most revered sites.